Welcome back to the show, live at the Beaver Creek Art Festival. Tom Heywood, coming up from the Arvada area.
Yes.
You're part of the festival. You've been doing the Beaver Creek one, I think you said, for a couple of years?
A couple of years, yes.
And your medium, you take pictures. You're a landscape photographer, right?
Yes. Landscape photographer.
Tom, I want to know, like, this is just my own curiosity, like, how did you know, at what point in your life did you know that taking photos was something you loved to do? And was it something that you did as a kid, or has it been happening? Did it happen later on in life?
I kind of had an interest in high school. I was on the yearbook staff.
Okay, right on.
Back in the day when we had dark rooms and we worked in black and white, and so I got that initial experience. I always loved photography as a hobbyist. Always had a camera. I got real serious about five years ago and started really focusing on my skills, coursework, workshops, and I sort of all of a sudden had this passion to share something with other people, and so this was a creative option for me. I can't paint,
right?
So I can take photos.
I can't paint either, but I consider myself, I have an eye for certain things too, and that's really what it. That's what it is. You need to be. You're traveling around a lot, and you're always looking at different things, and when it hits you, right?
Sometimes I'll be on a fishing trip. I always have my camera, and I'll be driving down the road, and I'll look up at the sky, and I'll see this amazing view, and I'll say, I got to shoot that photo. That's a beautiful photo.
And as we look around, Liam's showing some of the photos here. Let's move over here, and we can talk about this one. I think that's beautiful. And this was on a fishing trip, or you just happened to be roaming around out?
I was out looking for photos, and I was with a friend. We're just driving around back roads in Kansas and Midwest. It's a story about the plains and the people in the plains. So photography needs to tell a story.
Right.
And this really tells a story, a strong story for me, about the people who lived there, died there, worked hard from dusk to dawn.
And now it's just there as a reminder of that. Exactly.
Yes, and so every time I see that, I just get this strong sense of people in the Midwest. And so I travel around all over and just shoot beautiful things.
And now, Tom, let's just talk about, like, you have other ones that are a little more unique. That I mean, obviously, it wasn't quite like that when you took that photo, but you were able to manipulate it to make it look that way.
Yes, that's a 30-minute time-lapse exposure. So the Earth is rotating around the North Star. That's the North Star. And as the Earth is rotating, the stars are painting light in the sky. So it gives us a really amazing effect.
And as I look around, Tom, your pricing looks to be attainable. Like, it's not too crazy.
Exactly.
And you have a mixture. You have small prints. You have even smaller prints, and there's that same one right there.
I like people to walk away with some art.
Love it.
And I like to make sure people have the ability to get art. I do sell high-end pieces, and I do a lot of custom work. But I want the working person to come in and be able to buy a piece of art in my tent.
Tom, do you have a particular website? Do you have a specific website?
Do.
What is
that? TomHeywoodphotography.com.
Okay.
Heywood.
Heywood. Tom, you got some great stuff, and you're in a great spot. As soon as people like show up from the bus, they have no choice but to stop by.
I know. I have all kinds of walls all around me with all my art on it, so I'm really happy about my spot.
And then are you going to be at Frisco next week if people can't make it here?
I will be at Frisco next week.
Okay.
Yes.
And then once again, your website is fully accessible. So if they can't make it to any of the art festivals, or they want to see more of what you have, I mean, photography really, for the right person, that one piece will send that message, and it's like listening to music and finding that piece that resonates well with you, and you have a great selection.
It's an emotional connection I've discovered.
100%.
And it's a spiritual thing, too, for some people. So.
For sure. With those, I love it. Tom, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, we have weather coming up next. Is it going to rain some more today? Maybe. It might rain, might be sunny. We're going to let you know with the weather forecast.